The beautiful message of the divine given to St. John Bosco. Imagine a world in which love and compassion are the guiding forces, in which education becomes a powerful tool for transformation, and in which the lives of countless young people are changed forever. Born from humble beginnings, St. John Bosco overcame immense difficulties to become a beacon of hope for countless young people. His story is filled with inspiring moments and a deep calling to serve the most vulnerable in society. But what truly distinguishes him is the divine message that unfolded before him, a message that would shape his mission and leave an indelible mark on the world. St. John Bosco. St. John Bosco, more commonly known as Don Bosco, was born in 1815 in a small village called Becci, located in Piedmont, Italy. His life was marked by humble beginnings, being the youngest son of a poor peasant family. Tragically, his father died when he was only 2 years old, leaving his mother, Margherita, to raise him and his 2 older brothers alone. From a young age, John showed a deep spiritual inclination. He was known for his kindness and intelligence and had a special skill in storytelling. He often gathered local children to hear his stories, which were usually parables or Bible lessons. At the age of 9, John had a dream that would mark the course of his life. In this dream, he saw himself standing in the middle of a crowd of rowdy boys. As he tried to calm them down with his fists, a mysterious figure appeared. The figure, whom John later identified as Jesus, told him that he would not win the boys with violence, but with love and kindness. This dream was the catalyst for John's religious vocation. John Bosco was ordained a priest in 1841 and became known as Don Bosco. His mission was clear: to serve God by serving the young. He devoted his life to the education and welfare of disadvantaged children, particularly those who were homeless or abandoned. In the city of Turin, where industrialization was rapidly changing the social fabric, Don saw many boys abandoned to themselves. Moved by their plight, he decided to take action. He began by offering evening classes, which soon grew into a full-fledged educational institution. Don Bosco's approach to education was revolutionary for the time. He advocated a preventative educational system based on reason, religion, and loving kindness. He believed in creating an environment in which children felt loved and accepted, rather than resorting to punishment. Don Bosco's work did not stop with education. The Salesian Society, a religious order dedicated to the service and education of young people. Today, the Salesians operate in more than 130 countries, continuing Don Bosco's mission to serve the young, especially the less privileged. The message. One of the most significant aspects of St. John Bosco's life was the divine message he received through a series of dreams. These were no ordinary dreams, but prophetic visions that guided his mission and work. The most famous of these is known as the dream of the 2 pillars, which he received in 1862. The dream of the 2 pillars came to Don Bosco at a difficult time for the Catholic Church. The mid-19th century was a time of significant social and political upheaval, with the Church facing criticism and opposition from various sides. It was in this context that Don Bosco received his divine message. In the dream, Don Bosco saw a large ship, symbolizing the Church, tossed about in a stormy sea. The Pope was at the helm, trying to steer the ship towards 2 pillars that stood in the sea. On one pillar was a statue of Mary, the help of Christians, and on the other was a large Eucharistic host, representing the Holy Eucharist. As the Pope sailed towards these pillars, several smaller ships attacked the large ship. However, when the Pope finally succeeded in mooring the ship to the 2 pillars, the sea calmed down, and the smaller ships that had attacked dispersed. This dream was a divine message to Don Bosco, symbolizing the challenges the Church would face and the importance of devotion to Mary and the Eucharist for the Church's ultimate triumph over its trials. The dream had a profound impact on Don Bosco and strengthened his commitment to mission. He shared his dream with his followers, and it continues to inspire and guide the Salesian Society and the Church in general to this day. Interpretation of the message. St. John Bosco himself interpreted the message as a call to action and dedicated his life to realizing its meaning. He understood the importance of education, love and support for vulnerable and marginalized youth. In response to the divine message, Don Bosco founded the Salesian Society and established numerous educational institutions, orphanages, and vocational training centers. He focused on providing a holistic education that combined academic learning, moral values, and practical skills. His approach aimed to form well-rounded individuals who would contribute positively to society. Don Bosco also emphasized the role of Mary, help of Christians, in his work. He encouraged devotion to Mary and promoted a deep love and reverence for her among his followers. He believed that through Mary's intercession, they could receive guidance, protection, and strength in their mission of service to young people. Don Bosco's interpretation and application of the divine message was manifested in his tireless efforts to uplift the lives of young people, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds. He integrated the message into his daily life, teachings, and interactions with others, becoming a living example of the principles. His interpretation and application of the divine message continued to inspire people within the Salesian Society and beyond, encouraging them to embrace education, faith, and compassion in their service to others. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching, and be sure to leave a subscription so you don't miss our future videos.